So this one asks, how do you find the circumference of a sphere?
I'm gonna let you have this since it's geometry.
Okay, so I'm going to actually give you probably an example, but the first thing you need to know is kind of the equation of circumference of a sphere. So if I have a sphere, it's kind of, if you go to my board here, I'm going to try my best to draw what it kind of looks like. All right, so it's kind of this three-dimensional shape, kind of. So the circumference of a sphere is going to be this equation, c equals 2 times pi times r. So all we need to do, and really this just comes down to kind of plugging in information, is you need to first figure out what the radius is, and oftentimes this is going to be given to you, which is like the distance from the center of the sphere to the outside. So whatever this distance is here, that's my radius. So for example, if in this case my radius I'm told is 5, all I'm going to do is plug that in, c equals 2 times pi times 5, and then just simplify from there. So c is going to equal 10 pi. Depending on kind of what your teacher's asking, this is the most precise answer for the circumference of this particular sphere.
I like it that way.
I like it this way
I
because
always
it's,
tell them to
yeah,
give me that answer.
because if you're not, then you're actually rounding, which means you're approximating, which isn't precise.
And
But
plus, to be perfectly honest, that's a lot simpler
it is a lot simpler.
anyways.
The only time I would probably recommend to go ahead and do the math or approximate is if you're talking about like an application problem, and then it doesn't make sense. Like if I have a basketball and I want to find that circumference, nobody's going to
pi.
say it's 10 pi. Nobody's going to know what you're talking about.
Right.
So in that case, I would just go ahead and multiply 10 times pi in my calculator, and you'll get something like 31.41, and then round to whatever you need to.
Right.
But really, this comes down to knowing this equation, this formula for circumference of a sphere, and then being able to apply it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Subscribe!
Come on, push the button.
You know you want to.
Do it.